What is up, fellow armchair GMs? Welcome to another edition of To Be Fair Sports Talk. I'm Dave Goodman. Over on the other end over there is Corey Canzaneri, a.k.a. Dad. And, buddy, before we get started, please follow me on Twitter at To Be Fair Sports. Smash the shit out of the like button on the video. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. It is the best way to help support this channel, and it's the best way to help get Bills Mafia content out to everyone. So, please, thank you guys so much for always supporting and always helping out. So, Corey, buddy, terrible day, buddy, at the office from the boys. It is a terrible day at the office. McDermott, bad coaching, defense, terrible, offense, terrible. Special teams was the only thing that seemed like it was okay. And other than that, though, everything else was a complete dumpster fire. What do you think, buddy?
What don't I think? I mean, honestly, like I don't even know where to begin here. It's been a pretty rough October. This is not a 1 week struggle here. Like, this team has honestly struggled for the past 2 weeks, to be honest here. And I mean, we could make excuses for last week against Tennessee. Like, they had 16 days off. We only had 2 or 3. The Bills had no idea who we're playing, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, and the injuries, those were valid excuses. But then to get a full week of preparation and to go into this game, like, what this game meant, like, this was the raising of the bar. Like, this was like, these aren't your grandfather's Bills anymore. Like, this team will give this team a game at the very least. And I know what the score said, it wasn't that bad, but I mean, if you look at the stats up and down, this team thoroughly whooped our ass. And, you know, we looked like we shouldn't even have been playing on the same field as them, it looked like. I mean, their fucking running back's a rookie, okay, and he hasn't done that much that season. He puts up 250 yards on our fucking defense. There was a time in this game they ran 7 straight times, and literally got 6, 7, 9, 10, just getting chunk plays every single time. And what did we have to do? Nothing. No answers for 7 straight plays? I mean, this is a joke now. All right, the first 4 weeks, okay, we were winning. Nobody was really paying attention to it because Josh Allen was carrying the load on his big, giant nuts he has. And he was doing his job and doing more than what the Bills could ever ask from Josh Allen in year 3. And it pretty much masked our shitty defense play, okay? But then we go into these 2 games against real opponents, and it just looks like we're lost out there, honestly. And something's got to give. Leslie Frazier's got to get fired. Someone's got to be traded for. There's D tackles on the market. Something's got to give. Something has to be different, or this is going to be the same song and dance as last season. Beat the teams you're supposed to beat and the weaker teams, and then lose and get embarrassed by every single good playoff team. And it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be a different year this year. And that's why I'm upset, man. I have so many other issues, but there's just so much that needs to be said today. And I don't even know if one show's enough, but it's all yours, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, one thing it shows is that this team is obviously not a finished product. And I said it on the last episode when you weren't on that the Bills, after 5 or 6 weeks now, if they keep doing this shit, this is going to start becoming their identity on the defense, man. And it's becoming frustrating that they sit here and they decide to get people like Vernon Butler, and they're paying him $7.3 million. They're paying, Quentin Jefferson, who's doing okay, $6.8 million or something like that. They're sitting here and they couldn't cough up an extra $3 million for someone like Jordan Phillips, someone who's playing just a million times better right now. Vernon Butler is not Star Lotulelei. Quentin Jefferson is not Jordan Phillips. Harrison Phillips is not Kyle Williams, and Ed Oliver is still a work in progress. I mean, these guys, you can't replace what we had last year. And I understand it's a system, but the players are the real reason why the system was so good and why they meshed so well last year and the year before. Jordan Phillips, Shaq Lawson, those guys were obviously pretty good talents for us. And Shaq Lawson last year, especially, you saw him get after the quarterback a few times last year. And Jordan Phillips is just, he's a mauler, man. We talked about it, his ferocity on the field.
Monster all season. Monster. He was an absolute monster in the interior last season. That's a fucking hole.
Yeah.
and losing Sparulli. Like that was big too, and neither of us valued that loss very much, and we should have.
Well,
I mean, we need a fat guy.
yeah, I think we got too comfortable with the plug and play kind of guys, man, and didn't realize the defense meshed so well together with this without, you know what I mean? We needed those plug and play players, but they also have to be good players. You can't just plug in anyone in these systems all the time like we thought we could, you know?
Yeah, Zimmer looked all right yesterday. That D tackle on the practice squad, he actually made a name yesterday. I mean,
It's kind of a joke. I mean, shame on us Bills fans though for comparing Harrison Phillips to Kyle Williams, because this man is not no Kyle Williams.
Yeah, not yet at least, and I don't think he ever will be.
No. I mean, Kyle Williams was never a healthy scratch. I mean, the kid is not playing good, and neither is Trent Murphy, and this is why these two guys are getting scratched. Jerry Hughes is the only reason he's even playing right now is because he's getting paid just buku bucks. He's getting paid almost $10 million this year.
Yeah, that's exactly correct.
I mean, we have to get this figured out, man, on defense. It is a complete mess. Trey Edmonds is yet again struggling to get to the running back at the line of scrimmage and penetrate at the line of scrimmage when he's needed. He sits here and he's like, I believe it was he had 12 tackles, and I believe one or two of them were at the line. None of them were for a loss, and the rest of them were at like 4 or 6 yards after the line of scrimmage. I mean, he's struggling right now, man. Like, I understand, like people are telling us not to worry, like Lorenzo and stuff like that, but you know, you can't keep defending this kid when he's making these type of mistakes and not penetrating the line like he should. He's just not getting to the point of attack like he needs to. And we see it every other game though when Devin Singletary is getting tackled by the linebackers at the second level, right at the line of scrimmage. I just don't understand what he's doing. I understand he's having an injury, but he should be able to still at least pursue properly. I don't know what's going on exactly with them right now, man. It's a rough season right now to watch them like this.
Dude, Milano is sorely missed.
Yeah. Matt Milano's like Parmesan Reggiano, man.
Yeah, he's like that. It's basically like eating spaghetti with butter, not having Milano out there. Not having Milano is like not having sauce on your pizza, not having sauce on your spaghetti, no sauce on your lasagna, nothing. Like, Milano is the topping to that defense, and not having this guy is just it's like not adding that special ingredient in all of your famous dishes.
Yeah, we're missing it feels like we're missing just that leader too on the defense. It feels like there's no Kyle, there's no Lorenzo, there's no just
Edmonds at this point, and it's not.
Exactly though. They're trying to rely on someone that's 22 years old, man. He's still a kid.
And I mean that man is playing hurt. That guy's not wrapping up tackles. I mean, Edmonds' shoulder is shot. It's got to be at this point.
Oh yeah. I mean, and let's not excuse the offense here either, man. You know, Diggs, we all saw that one play there. He was running up to the line pretty lazy at the end of the game and shit like that. You know, you gotta be hurrying up. I understand you're at the end of the game. You're probably gonna lose, but you gotta at least show that you're like gonna be willing to play it till the end of the game. You know, also you gotta play a full 60. And that's what you got to do. And I'm glad you got to hold people accountable. So I hope that. That gets figured out and shit like that. I hope that Josh has a better games and stuff like that. He's looked really shocked and shelled, but and hasn't looked the way that we're used to seeing him for the first 4 weeks of the year. So, I mean, it's one of those things. I hope he can figure it out. I understand it was raining and stuff yesterday. I hope that's a factor too. But it's been rough to watch him play the past 2 weeks for sure.
Pat Mahomes made all the throws he needed to make. I know he didn't throw that much, but he made a lot of quality throws. Like, he had a fucking – Pat Mahomes had a fucking, a Tyrod type win with crazy-ass numbers. Like, that's basically how Kansas City played. Just heavy run, and make quality throws, here and there. I mean, Mahomes had a great completion percentage, and he was making quality throws, and they made the plays when needed, and the running back went off.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to win games like that ever, man.
I mean, yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I mean, he looked like Barry Sanders. I think he was averaging 6.2 yards a carry against us yesterday or something like that. I mean, he was absolutely spanking us around. That falls on the front seven. That falls completely on the front seven. Completely on them. No one else. It's just, I mean, terrible. I mean, they didn't produce. They got out-coached. I'll say it too. I don't know why they didn't go for two at the end of when they scored that touchdown to make it a 5-point game.
Right.
And at the very
Yeah,
worst,
you're
then when
right.
Kansas City kicks that field goal, you still have a chance at a game-tying drive.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
why would you? I mean, terrible coaching by McDermott. Terrible coaching. I mean,
Yeah, and
you can't be making those simpleton mistakes, dude. Oh,
this is one of the most frustrating losses in a while. But I mean, why I'm frustrated is we look like we didn't even like. I know we had a chance at the end, but for the most part, I mean, we looked like we didn't even show
no,
up that game, really.
no, we got. I mean, we got our asses spanked, dude. I mean, the amount of rushing yards we had, the amount of total yards we had. I mean, I think they doubled us in almost every single statistical category and stuff like that. It's you
Yeah,
know,
everything.
so I mean, it's a rough game. It was a rough game. It was a really rough outing to see the Bills play the way they did, especially when we expected them to come in this week and be angry and play better. You could see that they were trying, but the defense is just a huge. I mean, from what we were just used to last year, I just don't know what happened. It's like largely the same players.
Yeah, luckily we're playing the Jets this week, so hopefully they can gain confidence. If the Bills blow them out, like hopefully it's a confidence builder and lead them into that New England week because we need that New England game now even more.
I mean, we're gonna need to beat. If we don't beat the Jets, you might as well call the season done. If the Bills don't beat the Jets, I'm done with the season. I'm writing them off. I don't even care then at that point. But if they have to easily beat the Jets, and then they have to go and beat the Patriots right after that. And if they can beat the Patriots, I'm right back. I don't think there's gonna be many people questioning if they're back in it or not. The Bills.
Yeah, right. You're heading into the bye 6-2.
What's
Right,
up?
you're heading into the bye 6-2, and you have a stranglehold on that division. That's perfect.
I mean, yeah, 6-2 with the stranglehold on division going into the bye, you got to be feeling pretty confident and shit like that. Especially, I believe you're going to be 4-0 in the division games and shit like that at that point too. So I just want them to fucking play better on defense overall to to teams that we're actually going to be facing in the Super Bowl or the playoffs leading up to the Super Bowl. We got a heavy schedule ahead of us, man.
Yeah, and it's gonna get tough. I mean, I feel like we really need this Jets and Pats game. Like
Yeah, because
back to back.
we got the Steelers doing that. Defense is absolutely wild.
Right, like that determines if we have a season or not. Like
Yeah.
if we have a season or not, like these next two games, like they just
Yeah.
gotta put this cheap game behind them and just forget about it.
Yeah, they got to be better
I
and
don't
stuff
know.
like that, man, for sure. So that's going to do it for us now, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Dave Goodman. Corey Canzaneri's on the other side. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, have a good one, and let's go fucking Buffalo.